Greetings, all our fellow customers here at the laundromat. It's time to get psychedelic. And here we are on this Friday Night Phoenix. Last time on the show, Phoenix died because he fell into a giant river after falling from a 20-foot bridge that was on fire because he was so desperate to tell Maya, hey, somebody died. And he had a fear of heights, and he braved his fear, but ended up dying anyway. So now we might have to deal with 2 murders now.
You know what's sad? The last face he saw before he died was Larry Butz's.
Yep. In purgatory, he's gonna be like, wait a minute, Larry, you're my guardian angel? That'll... Alright, let's continue. Well, we have no idea who's going to take Phoenix's place, but we'll find out now.
To be a detective.
Down, Pearly, you're too young.
Now, they didn't say that to Nancy Drew or Freddie Fish. Alright, so we have no idea what day it is, what time it is, or where this location is. It's in the void. This is purgatory for Phoenix.
No, we're in hell.
Who could that be at this time of night? And look who it is.
Oh, fuck.
No shit. Yes, Edgeworth speaking.
Edgy, get up! It's an emergency!
Huh? Larry, do you know what time it is, and how the hell did you get this number?
It's not Larry! It's Larice! Larice Stoneham! And I looked you up in the yellow pages.
This is nothing more than a terrible nightmare. I'll just roll over and...
Wait, don't hang up! It's an emergency! It's Nick. He took a really nasty spill.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time, so...
I'm not joking! His life is in danger!
What? What happened? Tell me.
Oh, well, he
It better
just fell
not
from
be
a
your
bridge.
fault.
Talk about a guy with bad luck. He may already be dead. Anyway, you've got to come back. You're the only one that can help. My Iris, my beautiful Iris, she needs help.
All right. I don't know what's going on, but I'll be there as soon as I can. You do realize it's gonna be hours, right?
I'm at the detention center. Please, hurry!
Oh, for fuck's sake, Larry. It's been over 1 year since I left that country. I thought I wouldn't have to see him again for a while.
Or for the rest of my life.
Sounds like it won't be a pretty reunion, as if I expected anything to change.
Oh, by the way, if you want me to clip anything, just tell me to hit the C button, or just say clip, and I'll do it.
Doug! Nice to see you, old buddy, old pal.
Oh, there's Doug. Hi, Doug.
You're late, Edgy. What took you so long?
I don't want to hear it. I chartered a private jet to come as quickly as I could.
Well, you should have chartered a faster one. Anyway, just listen. Something happened to Miss Elise, and Nick is Maya and Iris's bikini, huh? Say something, Edgy.
Before I came here, I stopped by the hospital and paid Wright a visit. I believe I have a better understanding of the situation than you, at this point in time. The murder victim was the picture book author, Miss Elise Dunham.
That's me.
She was found by Wright and the head nun. The suspect is the temple's younger nun. But later, while Wright was crossing the bridge, it broke and he fell into the river. The hospital says he'll need at least 2 days of bed rest.
Yes, that's right. You got it. But they arrested her, my sweet little Iris.
I live in
Here I
a
was.
van by the river.
And here I was, convinced he was the one that police had arrested.
Only if we could.
However, I still don't understand what these two items are for.
What are you talking about?
They're things Wright gave to me when I was leaving his room. This is the first.
A Magatama!
That's some nonsense about being able to see into people's hearts with this. And the other. He couldn't possibly be asking what I think he is. Could he?
I'm begging you! Iris's trial starts tomorrow. With Nick out of the picture, you're all I've got left. You're the only one that can represent her.
What did you just say?
You know, represent, defend. What were you expecting? Why do you think I called you anyway?
I'm a prosecutor, Larry. A prosecutor. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Larry's the idiot.
Oh. Okay, Larry. A prosecutor is a lawyer who...
Don't talk to me like a kid. I graduated from junior high, you know. Don't worry about it. I promise I won't tell.
But
I mean, I heard a paper badge had no problem fooling an entire court before.
How could this country's judicial system have fallen into such decay?
Please, Edgy. At least listen to her. Listen to Iris's side of the story.
So Wright wasn't joking when he gave me this badge after all. Oh, there she is.
Thank you for coming. My name is Iris.
Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth. I don't know if I can be of any help, but...
I will at least hear what you...
Oh.
Oh, shit, sorry. Sorry.
I will at least hear what you have to say about the murder.
Mr. Wright, how is he? Mr. Lewis said that he might even die.
Fortunately, he'll be fine. Larry, you fucking moron. How could you say something like that? He was badly bruised when he hit the water, but otherwise he is unharmed. His plot hummer is thick, you see.
Thank goodness.
But he's caught some kind of a nasty cold.
A cold?
He's running a high fever and is drifting in and out of consciousness. I must be imagining things. This woman, I feel like I've met her before. The camera is glaring at me. If something glares at you, it's only polite to return the favor, is what I was taught. Glare.
Is something bothering you?
Oh, excuse me. The god is glaring at me.
What? Doug hasn't seen this pretty face in so long!
If someone glares at you, it's only polite to return the favor, is what I was taught.
You up for a staring contest?
You bet, Doug.
Loser has to pay this month's pizza run.
Are you alright, Mr. Edgeworth?
Huh? Oh, excuse me. Well,
Is that an attorney's badge?
yes. This belongs to Wright.
Really?
I'm actually a prosecutor.
Oh, then why do you have a defense attorney's badge pin on your lapel?
Well, you see, I borrowed it. Who is the woman on this hanging scroll?
Well, I don't know the details, but I've heard she's the master of the Korean channeling technique.
A master?
Yes, Mystic Misty. She was a great spirit medium. That's what I've heard. I've also heard that she went missing over 15 years ago.
Spirit mediums. There's no such thing anyways.
Mr. Edgeworth?
I know all about them. They're nothing but frauds. She doesn't know anything about it, of course. But there was a time 17 years ago when I met the master myself.
That's called a demon warning hood. I gave that to Mr. Wright last night.
He was wearing this when I saw him at the hospital today.
It's an important item for protecting acolytes from evil spirits.
If it's so important, then why did you give it to him?
Last night, I felt something. I felt that something terrible was about to happen. I didn't want Mr. Wright to fall into its grip.
Well, he wound up falling into something much deeper and colder. I probably shouldn't say that out loud, though. Thank goodness for inner monologue.
I was against the idea of our temple appearing in that magazine. I was afraid that this type of tragedy might occur.
In that case, why did you allow them to run an article about you?
It was Sister Bikini. She was actually rather fond of attention, surprisingly so.
She certainly does look rather happy in this photo.
That's Mystic Elise Stoneham. She's a picture author, or so I've heard.
Does she come to Hazakura Temple often?
No, this was her first time. It's just that she was a very important visitor.
Is that so?
Yes, Sister Bikini told me. Be certain not to offend her.
The victim, Miss Elise Stoneham. The prosecutor's office still doesn't have much information about her, it seems.
Mr. Wright, how bad is his cold?
Well, his fever is still very high. As a result, he's rather confused. He's worried about Maya, who's still trapped at the other temple. And he's quite worried about you as well, it seems.
Really?
Yes. Naturally, once he recovers, I'll pass the baton back to him.
No, don't. I'm sure that Mr. Wright wouldn't want that. He wouldn't want to defend me. Oh, that's Mr. Loris.
I'm sorry? Who did you say it was?
Loris Stoneham. He's Mystic Elise's apprentice, I think.
Alright, now who exactly is this guy?
He's a very sincere, hardworking person. Did I do something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth?
Should we tell her?
We should. Excuse me. I was temporarily at a loss for words. Take a trip. Come home. Be thrust suddenly into bizarre world.
You want to know about me? There's not much to tell, I'm afraid.
Just let me get one thing straight. You were raised at Hazakura Temple, correct? And yet somehow, you seem to know Wright. So you two must have crossed paths somewhere.
No, Mr. Edgeworth, whomever it was, it couldn't have been me.
Is that supposed to mean? Pardon me, Iris. I would like to ask you something, if you don't mind. I have the distinct feeling you and I have met before.
It must be your imagination, Mr. Edgeworth. After all, I hardly ever leave Hazakura Temple.
Hazakura Temple, what is that?
It's a place where those who wish to boost their spiritual power come to train. You need to undergo some very difficult training to release your inner spiritual power.
Spiritual power? Did you go to that temple for that reason as well?
No, I don't have any spiritual powers. I don't need them.
In that case, what are you doing at that temple then?
I've committed some sins that I need to pay for. That's why I'm there. And why I continue to train to purify my soul.
I want to ask you about last night, the night of the crime.
Alright. I helped to clean up after dinner, and then went back to my room at about 8. Later? Pardon me. Later, I left my room to ring the lights out bell at 10.
Bell?
We ring it at the same time each night.
I see. And then?
And then
Hmm.
I was told to go to the training hall, but I went back to my room and stayed there.
Why didn't you go to the training hall like you were asked to?
I was frightened,
Frightened?
so I just stayed in my room and meditated until the murder happened.
There's more to her story, I just know there is. Maybe I should dig a little deeper. You were asked to go to the training hall the night of the murder.
Yes,
However, you didn't go. Would you say you were frightened? What exactly were you so frightened of?
I didn't do it.
What the fuck?
What the actual fuck am I looking at? Oh. What in the world?
is there something wrong?
I'm sorry, it's nothing. It looks like she's not aware of them herself. These must be what Wright was talking about, the psych locks. I believe he said that I need to present this Magatama item to do something. So, do you have any idea as to what really occurred last night?
I think it was the result of the tremendous spiritual power that was unleashed.
Spiritual power?
Yes, spiritual training has been a cause behind many great tragedies. This incident was just another example.
Iris, I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. I'm a man of science. I don't believe in spiritual power.
Yes,
Listen
I
to Spiky Log
understand.
too.
Most people don't.
And I'm certain that the thing that killed the victim was human. So please, answer me this simple question. Were you the one who killed Elise Dunham?
No, I'm not the one who took her life.
Those cyclocks things aren't appearing. I suppose that means I can believe that she's not lying.
What's wrong?
I can't believe what I'm thinking. And here I just finished saying that I don't believe in spiritual power. Appears that's about all that you can tell me.
Thank you very much for listening to my story.
I visited Wright at the hospital before coming here. He asked me to take care of you.
Me?
Yes. At the trail tomorrow, he asked me to defend you.
If Mr. Wright has that much faith in you, Mr. Edgeworth, then I will gladly entrust my fate into your capable hands.
But before that, I have one question.
Yes?
Do you know Wright?
Why would you ask that?
Whenever you came up in our conversation, he would begin to act a little strange.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is Mr. Wright to you?
He's a very dear and indispensable friend.
Did I just get friend zoned?
Yes.
Go back to rest, Wright.
It was 5 years ago. That's when I deceived him.
Wait, hold on a second. You deceived him.
I heard that he was in a lot of pain afterwards because of what happened. I know what a weak person I am. That's why I thought it was best if he never saw me again. I wanted him to just forget about me without learning the truth.
Well, if you ask me, Wright is still suffering. And until he learns the truth, I don't think he will ever be able to truly recover. Iris, it's not too late. Should go to him, tell him the truth.
Be like Aladdin, Iris.
I'll defend you, but only if you agree to that one condition.
All right, Mr. Edgeworth. I promise.
Very well. I'll do everything in my power to get you an acquittal. That's enough information gathering for now. I should head to the crime scene.
Am I coming up?
Not yet.
I gotta go to the bathroom. Be right back.
All that ice cream, huh?
I know.
A board? A lousy plywood board? That's the solution to stopping people from going over the bridge? Sorry, my inner Mr. Green came out.
It sure is cold, alright. So this is it. A dusky bridge.
Oh, wow. It's you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Detective Gumshoe.
Long time no see. It's been about a year? Well, has it been longer?
It doesn't matter, Detective. What does it matter while you're shuffling around up here?
Oh, ouch. There's that sharp-left jab. Well, I'm happy to see you anyway, Mr. Edgeworth.
Let me guess. You were transferred by HR to the local precinct. A wise decision. The vast amount of nothing up here should be quite easy to guard.
I heard you were back in the country and arranged to come all the way out here. Everybody was real nice. They even let me take charge of the investigation, sir.
Gumshoe indeed. Like the gum on your shoe, he's impossible to get rid of.
I'm supposed to report on the details of the crime scene, sir. Anyway, here I am, Detective Dick Gumshoe reporting for duty.
Great. Thank you, Detective.
I thought Prosecutor Godo was gonna get here before me. That guy's a real mystery, I tell you.
Prosecutor Godot. It looks like a pretty good distance to that far cliff.
Yeah, it's gotta be around 100 yards or so.
Detective, it's not even close to 100 yards.
Well, I gotta admit, I'm not very good at judging distances.
It's about 20 yards or so, and impossible to cross without a bridge, it seems.
There's a little shack down that way called Heavenly Hall.
A shack.
It's like a rundown doghouse for losers that can't bear the freezing drafts of wind. Kinda reminds me of my apartment, sir.
The name Heavenly Hall makes it sound like a palace.
Giving a hovel a great name is a crime itself. I call it false advertising. By the way, the name of my apartment complex is Compton Castles.
Oh God. Straight out of Compton.
That's not such a great name if you ask me.
Oh, I hate that band. They said fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
Well, it's not such a great apartment either, sir.
So this is the bridge Wright tried to cross.
Pretty reckless, if you ask me.
I am amazed he survived the fall from up here.
Yeah, he's one lucky guy, sir. Now I see how he manages to win his cases in court. Blind luck.
I think dumb luck suits Wright just a bit better.
Either way, we're all ableist.
Hold on a second, okay. Some letters are widely engraved into a roughly cut boulder. Dusky Bridge. It certainly is an appropriate name.
You need to get some glasses, Mr. Edgeworth. That sign says Dusty Bridge. I could see how you read it wrong, though, sir.
You're the one who needs glasses, Detective. Try reading it one more time.
Ah, you're right. It's Dusky Bridge after all. I guess whoever wrote this made a mistake.
Probably confused the fuck out of everybody.
Hey, it's a public phone. You don't see a lot of these anymore.
That's true.
Since we got one here, why don't we take a photo as a memento?
Well, sure, why not?
Oh, darn it, I don't have a camera with me. I'm gonna go buy a disposable camera. I'll be right back, sir.
Year is this?
2004.
What's so special about public phones, and why is he so fascinated by them?
Although technically this is 2018 in game logic, but this game came out in 04. Huh? What's that thing doing on your lapel, Mr. Edgeworth?
Is it really that odd?
You bet it is, sir. A prosecutor wearing a defense attorney's badge? That's like a detective with a license to kill.
Does this little thing hold that ominous meaning? Have you ever seen this thing before?
Hey, thanks a lot. I was getting kind of hungry. Chomp.
Well, what are you doing, detective?
I thought it was some kind of candy that would fill me up, sir. Lately, I've been feeling so hungry all the time.
Eating ramen noodles all the time.
Maybe his salary has been cut just a little too much.
There's a lot we don't know about this victim. We don't know her real name, her background. We don't know anything, really.
That's rather odd. She was trying to hide her identity. Why would she become an author?
I'll bet it was just one of those things, you know. She probably never expected to get so popular. Whenever something happens, this guy always shows up like he hasn't got a care. In fact, you know what? Every time he shows up, I always wondered the same thing. Maybe somehow he's actually the cause of all these incidents.
I wonder if Gumshoe has realized it yet. But you could say the exact same thing about him. Your face is more drawn out than the last time I saw you over a year ago.
Really? I thought so.
No, wait. It's not so much drawn out as weary and tired, or maybe just plain old thin.
I thought that too, sir. My salary's been kinda on the low end. So yeah, my food options have been kinda non-existent. Off-brand chicken soup, off-brand spaghetti, off-brand bread, that sort of stuff.
I thought you were really into instant noodles last year.
I got really sick of the stuff after a while, sir. He's supposed to be Miss Elise Stonham's apprentice or something.
I see.
Yeah, he drew a nice portrait of me.
That's nice.
But he made me pay him 50 cents for it.
I'm sorry about that.
You don't seem very interested in him, Mr. Edgeworth.
I really don't want to talk about him. That's why. I feel like I've seen this girl somewhere before. She wasn't from a prior case, was she?
Nope, can't be. We did a database search with her fingerprints and came up with nothing.
I see. I guess I can't shake this nagging feeling.
Well, everyone knows that you are quite popular with the ladies, sir. Maybe she's an old girlfriend that you sent to Dumpsville when you were younger.
What of you to assume I'm straight, detective?
Well, I mean, I see all the ladies around you at the parties.
Detective, where did you hear such nonsense from?
I didn't hear it from anyone. It's just sort of how I imagine you to be, sir.
Do I really inspire this sort of frothing desire from the female masses?
The answer is yes.
Meanwhile, he's just pining over Phoenix in secret.
who still can't get over the fact that his ex dumped him in court as she was getting hauled away to prison. And who might actually be still alive and out of prison.
I just got back into the country, so I don't really know much about the case.
It's simple.
Well, simple is as simple does, as they say.
Oh, you've got no idea how much I miss that biting sarcasm of yours, sir. But seriously, this one's a piece of cake. There's a witness that saw the whole thing.
A witness.
Yeah, that bikini lady.
Bikini lady. Here, on this freezing cold mountain.
Well, you should talk to her yourself if you want the details, sir.
I mean, I have to talk to this bikini lady. I mean, decisive witness myself.
See, I told you were a hit with the ladies. They got the bikinis and everything. Strong Bad would be jealous.
By name, good sir.
So, this is the bridge that Wright fell through.
Yep, I can't imagine being that reckless myself. Look before you cross, is how it goes, right? Or was that leap?
And? Is there something on the other side?
Yeah, some old building they call the Inner Temple. But we can't get over there without a bridge, sir.
What?
Nobody lives there, so it's usually not a problem. But someone was at the Inner Temple doing some training and now they're stuck there.
Poor Maya,
Yes.
she's over there starving.
I heard that from Wright. It's Maya Fey.
Oh no, her again? Anyway, the air's really turbulent right now, so we can't do an aerial extraction. No one's gonna be able to reach the Inner Temple until tomorrow, sir.
Girl
is she all-
starving.
Will she be alright in this cold? So how did this bridge burn down anyway?
We're almost 100% sure it was lightning.
Lightning? So who is this prosecutor Dugoto? I've never heard of him.
Yeah, he's a new guy. Showed up after you left the country. He's a complete rookie, but nobody could say a bad word about the guy.
What kind of man is he?
He just became a prosecutor recently, but he's good, sir. Real good.
Addicted to coffee.
Yeah,
If he's so good, how is it that I've never heard of him? See the lead prosecutor on this case.
You bet he is. After all, you know who is right in the middle of it.
You know who?
Phoenix Wright, of course. For some reason, Godo has really got it in for Mr. Wright.
Oh?
Yeah, he seems to have some kind of a grudge.
And what would be the cause of this grudge?
I don't know. Maybe he made fun of his mask or something.
None of this is making any sense. I better look into this Godo myself. You're telling me the bridge caught on fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning?
Yep, last night it snowed for the first time in 3 days. It's a little unusual for lightning to occur during a snowfall like that. But according to the weather data, lightning definitely struck.
You see. This is a very detailed weather report.
And a very strong stand, too, sir.
Almost too detailed.
Well, I mean, you saw what happened at the end of Part 6, right, sir?
Of course. Very well. It even has the exact time that the lightning struck the bridge.
Oh, that? We got that information from the witness's testimony.
Someone actually saw the lightning hit the bridge. Who is this witness?
Sorry, I'll go ask one of the local cops later, sir.
I usually hear about promising young prosecutor candidates while they're still in school. but I've never seen or heard of this person.
I gotta admit, he's puzzling, all right. He just appeared one day, big mug of steaming coffee in his hand.
He sounds like an interesting man.
Yeah, the whole prosecutor's office is really into double espresso macchiatos lately. Yeah, he said tea is for wimps.
That motherfucker.
Oh, I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see this bitch fight, man.
Hi, Doug.
Nothing beats a good old cup of joe with some latte.
It looks like Iris is being interrogated right now. This place certainly brings back memories.
Oh yeah, come to think of it, you got thrown in here once too, didn't you, sir? But you know what? I've never been in jail a single time.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
I should think it's hard to land in jail when you're so harmless. Yes, well... if you're in jail, you don't have to pay for your own meals, you know. Don't get any funny ideas, detective.
Too late, I already did.
Oh,
In
Lord.
any case, I guess I'll have to come back here later. Oh, that reminds me of this, like, joke they had in iCarly where, man, what was the name of the guy? The guy, like, the apartment guy that, like, is in charge of, like, the main floor?
I have no idea, I never watched the show.
There's this joke where, he's trying to get into jail, and he asks one of the characters, hey, how much time do I get for slopping a cop? And someone instantly said 6 months, so he, like, did that no hesitation. Just so he could get in jail.
Hubert or something like that? I'm not sure.
Oh, that camera is meant to monitor everything that happens in here. And right now, it's put it straight at the guard.
Why are we obsessed with this damn camera?
The guard is staring at me with a puzzled expression on his face. Me, and the badge on my lapel.
Doug, calm down.
I get the feeling he recognizes me.
Hi, Miles.
Good evening, Doug.
How's the wife, Doug?
She divorced me.
Aww.
Yo, Edgy, what took you so long? I'm so cold my brain's turned to sherbet.
I knew it was a mistake to race back to this country.
What do you mean?
Wright is going to be fine, and the case itself isn't anything unusual. And I find myself taking a request to defend a woman accused of murder.
Whoa, motorcycle in the back. Is Desiree Delight in the area?
Hi, Gumshoe.
I'm taken by Maggie. Go away. Hey, wait a sec. Hold it. Objection. What's going on here, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's hard to explain, but one thing led to another, and... Oh,
What kind of lame excuse is that? And you call yourself a defense attorney? Prosecutor Edgeworth is a prosecutor, and that's why he's Prosecutor Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth defense attorney just sounds plain old weird, pal. Right, Prosecutor Edgeworth?
I'm not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore.
I know.
That's an identity crisis.
The existential crisis because of Larry. Whatever, Maurice.
Dude, Edgy. I don't see you for a couple of years and your heart turns to sherbet.
I'd say more like sorbet. It is rather cold here.
Iris didn't murder her. Someone else did it. I just know it, okay? So trust me on this one.
Dude, she's not into you. Fuck off.
Oh, sorry. Ever the romantic, aren't you, Larry? Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence. At least, until I pass the baton on to Wright, that is. Oh, there she is.
Hey, hello there. So how are you feeling?
Alright, I suppose. Huh? Who's this?
My name is Miles Edgeworth.
My, a handsome boy such as yourself is always welcome. If circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just...
Please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you. But I'm looking for a woman in a bikini.
Oh, you mean a woman in a bikini. Well, you found her. Now what can I do for you?
I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis. Just dial up noises.
You asked nicely. I might give you a peek, big boy.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. This is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the witness.
Why didn't you tell me that earlier?
We have Two Tone Dearly in the chat saying, does Edgy really want to see Bikini in a bikini?
That could be arranged.
Not particularly. This shit is exactly why your salary keeps on getting cut.
Why, because I don't give you women in bikinis, sir? I can arrange them, you just have to tell me when. Oh, my stomach is already growling in protest.
So, what's the latest about my beloved Iris?
Well, first, I want to hear what you know.
Why do I look pissed off?
Because she doesn't get to show off her bikini.
She knows she wants to jump Edgy's bones.
This gate looks quite old, strong enough to resist the weight of time.
That's the Mr. Edgeworth I know. You got a real flair for words, sir.
I have always appreciated this kind of old, timeless elegance.
That's exactly how I feel, too. Take this coat, for example. Like a fine wine, it gets better with age.
No, it gets stinkier with age.
Even fine wine turns to vinegar and begins to stink at some point.
Oh!
I suggest you wash that atrocious rag you call a coat, detective. That must be the main hall back there.
A brilliant deduction, sir.
Are you trying to flatter me, Detective Gumshoe?
Yes, he is.
A brilliant use of suspense to build the tension, sir.
I'm really starting to miss Maya.
According to Wright, the head nun has some important information. I can't miss the opportunity to speak with her. You can see a small bell tower from here.
Hey, that just reminded me. There's something I've always wondered about.
Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind whether I like it or not.
We call a person who tells a liar, right? So why don't we call a person who rings a bell a beller? Or truer for a guy who tells the truth. Oh man, I'm not gonna get any sleep tonight.
I
My
had
brain-
no idea he was such a deep thinker.
My brain.
Our brains
just-
just went into dial-up mode.
Yeah, my brain.
He spends a lot of time on shower thoughts, doesn't he?
Yes! Oh god, think about it. He must have been like in the shower at night, always thinking about different philosophies and shit.
Man, I wonder what would happen if I studied Marxism. Or maybe Mao. You know what? Maybe I should combine the use of essentialism along with this surrealism and of Salvador Dali. Or maybe I could combine the intricate works of American cinema with the use of Russian cinema. And then maybe I could do Metropolis and documentaries based on that. Man, there's so much of my life that I could have just done and I just wasted it as a detective.
My
Oh
brain
man.
dial-up.
Call it oven when you in the cold food of hot. Eat the food.
Oh my god, I didn't even think of that. Thank you, brain.
Said it wrong. Why did they call it oven when you in the cold food of out hot eat the food?
Oh, that's such a good thing. My god, why didn't I think of that before? Oh, hopefully I have enough hot water to continue this thought.
Oh god. Why is this like that whole dialogue thing with Gumshoe and his brain, like Homer and his brain talking?
My brain just exploded.
Give him a fake name. My name is Miles Edgeworth. No.
Check, please.
I suppose this type of thing is necessary up here in the mountains.
Say, this just gave me a great idea.
No.
Something
No?
tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not.
I've got an idea for a brand new invention. It might even make me rich.
No, it won't.
An invention.
Yeah, a car that can travel on snow. I'll call it a snow car. So what do you think, sir? Would you go for a ride on something like that?
Yeah, we already have that.
Only after you take the first that. Sorry, I had to mute for a sec.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to answer your question about the dogs. I might have to do a quick BRB in a moment. I don't know yet.
That's fine.
I'll take over as Edgeworth.
Come to think of it, when you were a kid, you were always saying, when I grow up, I want to be a lawyer who can defend people or something like that.
That was a long time ago.
But see, now you got the chance to follow your boyhood dream for a day. Edgy, you gotta do it. You gotta save my little Iris.
This is exactly why I hate childhood friends.
Who died and made you god, Edgy?
I still can't believe it. She was such a great person. But someone's pinning this murder on my sweet little Iris. Edgy, please, I'm counting on you.
Well, frankly, I was hoping you could.
Frankly, I was hoping you could give me a little more than that.
Alright, hold on. I'll be right back. I have to
Okay.
fix something.
Well then, I got it. I'll draw you a portrait. How about that?
Since you're kind enough to offer, alright.
Oh god.
He was a good guy, a real pal to the end. When I look back now, I have nothing but good memories.
What's with the past sense? He's not dead, you know.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, the guy owes me. After all, I saved his life.
What is that supposed to mean?
If I hadn't called for help so quickly, he would have died. It's no surprise, though. I used to be a security guard. It was all instinct, baby.
He has a point. He called me pretty quickly, too. But he comes pretty quickly in the bed, also.
Fiancé, why? It was only for 2 minutes. Even though I promised her 2 hours.
Was that it? Wow. If anybody gets it. I'm gonna stop now because whatever's in my brain is not good.
You're welcome, Mooney. I think Larry's pretty good at motivating people. I just wish he would try motivating himself once in a while.
Huh? Me? All you have to know is to remember not to call me Larry anymore.
What?
I'm a new person now. I've been reborn as Laurice Stoneham.
Alright, fine. Let me ask you something else then, Larry.
Call me Laurice! If you don't, then I'll call you Melise Stoneham.
What? What? Oh, fuck.
I have a feeling that she's hiding something.
Could be. After all, she's shy and gets embarrassed pretty easily.
I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Why not? Look, I know all about this kind of thing. Come on, Edgy. You were a guy once. Lots of girls are like Iris. You know I'm right.
Well, you most certainly seem to have convinced yourself.
Man, I love shy girls like her. It's just so cute. You know what I mean?
Still doesn't listen to others. I see. I guess some people just never change.
I'm just no good with people like her. She reminds me too much of my mother.
May I speak now?
Huh? Sure.
I don't care how you feel about her personally. Just tell me what you know about her and how she's related to the case.
Don't you think you're expecting a little too much of me? I'm just a 25-year-old jobless bum trying to be an apprentice artist. Ha 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 ha.
I am actually starting to feel jealous of this guy. Just a little.
Man, I'm telling you, Iris is so cute. Right, Edgy? You think so too, don't you? What's wrong? Why are you so quiet?
To put it simply, your comment has made me highly concerned. Come to think of, that could be the reason you think she's innocent.
Come on, a girl that cute can't possibly be a murderer.
I was right after all. I should have never come back.
No, don't worry. I see things for how they really are this time. Honest.
If I had a penny for every time he said that.
It's just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. You can't force things too much. Know what I mean?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Larry.
Oh. Forget it. I didn't say anything.
Larry, where were you and what were you doing on the night of the crime? Larry? Hold
What?
on, someone's at my door.
Okay. I'll
Don't-
take over.
What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it?
Hold on, I'm coming!
What?
Get lost. Go back in your chartered jet and get out of my sight, you creep. And I hope your plane crashes and you die.
I'll just ask one more time. On the night of the murder, where were you and what were you doing?
I didn't do it.
Fucking hell, 3? As I expected. Psychologs.
I'm sorry, man. You know me, I just don't remember. My short-term memory is a wreck, dude.
Well, damn it.
There are flowing scripts. There's flowing scripts written everywhere on the walls.
Man, I'd bet you'd have awful nightmares if you try to sleep in here.
This is our main hall, so it's protected by a variety of magic spells and charms. They're all designed to prevent evil forces from entering.
So if I slept here, the Oogie Woogie Boogeyman wouldn't hunt me down for eternity? All right!
Does this guy even think about anything other than eating and sleeping?
Well, Maggie.
I stand corrected.
Oh, it's a warmed cat box. But where are all the cats?
It's called a heat box. It's for heating the room.
Oh, look at all these ancient straw frisbees.
Those are a type of zabuton cushions called Enza.
Why are you giving me such a hard time, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Why?
Because learning something new might actually be a good thing for you, detective.
Listen, you have not seen my shower talk, sir.
Do I even need to know what you were thinking about while you were in the shower with your steam going everywhere? Detective.
Oh, I was thinking about reading Animal Farm, sir. That in 1984.
Yep. I should have went back to my other country. Damn it. It's an altar with a giant Magatama enshrined on it.
There are lots of candles lined up on it, too. You know, I haven't had a birthday party for myself in a while.
Maybe you should blow out those candles over there to make up for that.
Mr. Edgeworth, would you mind singing happy birthday to me?
Stop that! Cut that out! Please don't blow out the candles! That thing should cast a strong presence over the whole room. This is the Lesser Magatama. It's a precious heirloom containing a great many souls.
Huh? This is Lessa? What is the greater one like?
The greater Magatama is displayed in the main room of Fey Manor. It was supposed to be shown at the treasures of the Kurain exhibit.
Wait, we
But
switching?
it was so large that they...
No, we had multiple people.
Ah,
Okay.
We had multiple people leave at once, so we had to, like, switch. Edgeworth's gone through 3 different phases of puberty.
I'm sorry, but my neighbor came over to borrow cigarettes.
And you forgot to mute your mic, Circus. So we heard your conversation in the background.
Damn
I did not know. Sorry.
it.
Double, triple check.
Dude, everything was falling around me. I couldn't help it.
Oh, you mean like this bridge that was falling all around Phoenix Wright before he fell to his death?
it's not dead yet, detective.
I am still alive. I bring you love.
There are more Enza cushions in the corner of the room. What's that white piece of paper sticking out from under that stack?
Beats me.
Would you mind checking that for me, Detective Gumshoe?
Yes, sir. Here you are, Mr. Edgeworth.
It looks like an old manila envelope.
Ah!
What is it, Detective?
This could be it. An ultra important clue. A super special clue.
I suppose I should read it myself, then.
It looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall, unless you want your secret to be exposed.
This sounds like a blackmail letter.
Nice going there, Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I ever find clues like that? You're an ultra important prosecutor. A super duper prosecutor.
Well, I suppose it takes a super duper kind of clueless to miss a clue like this.
That one of Vei's clan's very own Mamatas. That's a priceless treasure you got there.
Wow, I'm impressed, sir. You never fail to surprise me.
Yes, you don't look at it, but now I can see you're a real fan of the cult.
Excuse me.
Oh, of course, this piece couldn't possibly be real, but to have such a nice replica. Clearly, you're a big fan of the current tradition.
Wow, I'm impressed, sir. You never fail to surprise me.
I should have known better than to show this thing around here.
Huh? Ah, well, well, well. Look what you found. That's the master of the Korean channeling technique, Misty Faye.
Faye.
That's been nearly 20 years since Misty disappeared. It was a tongue twister. Apparently, she intended to pass on the master title to her daughter.
Who is this daughter?
Well, I myself, part of a branch of family of the Faye clan. But even I not privy to information concerning the main family. Well, well, well. That's a demon-worn hood. What's this word?
Acolytes.
Acolyte.
Acolytes are highly susceptible to possession by evil spirits, you know. That's why we always wear these for protection.
Oh, I see.
What are you waiting for? You won't get any protection by holding it, you know. Put it on already!
No, I can't. I was just...
It looks like it was made just for you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Did she just put it over my head?
And I helped.
What do you mean by that, detective?
I'm taking pictures right now with that disposable camera that I have. This is gonna go in the...
It goes down exponentially.
Yeah, well, I don't care. This will go in the photo album of memories. With Maggie and me have kids, I'll go, there's your Uncle Edgy.
It looks absolutely marvelous. You just got to keep it with the on. Keep it on for a while.
Is this some sort of divine retribution? About this picture.
Well, look at that. I look pretty so sexy, don't you think?
S to the XC.
See?
Yeah, absolutely.
Up until recently, we avoided exposure in such magazines. But this time we had our reasons.
Is that so? For example,
Well, why deny the world such a lovely face? Oh. How could such a terrible thing happen? It's all my fault!
Well, come on, lady. I don't think you need to take all the blame yourself.
Quiet! What do you know anyway?
Ouch, you're scary.
With all that stupid 5 o'clock shadow and that stupid old coat of yours.
Ooh, she's coming in for
It's
the
too bad you weren't the one that disappeared.
Oh,
She's
fuck.
Camp for the kill.
Why does she have to take it all out on me?
Her anger does seem a little manufactured. Do you know anything about this old crumpled up letter?
Is that addressed to Iris?
Yep, it clearly says to Iris on it.
I can't believe it. That girl doesn't have any secrets. Doesn't have any secrets from me.
Ah. So Sister Bikini doesn't know anything about it.
This man, his face betrays a life of suffering and great weariness of the world.
You have never had Cold Killer X, ma'am.
Sure.
But even so, I can't believe he jumped. I believe this guy actually jumped into the river.
Well, I didn't actually jump. I fell through a bridge. It's not like I was a swimmer.
Think of all the fun things he might be enjoyed if he just lived.
I'm still alive, ma'am.
Relentless spiritual training alone is no way to lead a complete life, huh?
Sounds like she's got some major regrets she's dealing with. Perhaps I should let Gumshoe explain Wright's situation to her for me.
Hey, don't look at me like that. Do your own dirty work. Sir.
Will you do it for a sandwich?
It depends on what type of sandwich it is, sir.
It's no ordinary sandwich. It's a sandwich made with jellyfish jelly.
Oh my god.
That's definitely going in the next Ace Attorney musical.
This is Mystic Elsie, apprentice. Is it not? I think he might have a bit of a crush on me. Sweet boy, at any rate.
Huh?
Oh, I don't blame him. Sister Bikini understands the temptation of young men.
Sure.
But I'm afraid it wouldn't be proper to abuse my position. I am head nun, after all. But, in return, I did allow him to draw a portrait of me.
What? I pray it was a pose that maintained your modesty for everyone's sake. I was gonna make the joke, like, what? Did he draw you like one of his French girls?
That's what I was about to say in return, but I held my tongue.
Oh god.
You say you went with Maya to the trading hall and entered temple last night. Did you happen to see Iris while you were there?
Of course I saw her. I told her to meet us after ringing the tin bell for lights out.
So you're saying Iris came to the inner temple then?
Of course she did. Iris always been a good, obedient girl.
Whoa.
After that, I had Iris help Mystic Maya begin her training.
But that doesn't fit with Iris's story at all. She said that she never went to the inner temple.
As they say, the plot thickens.
It's all my fault. Me and my stupid back. Mystic Elise has been murdered, and important. Acolyte is trapped. Acolyte is trapped. My brain don't compute. And a little girl has been lost.
You know, you really shouldn't be so negative. It creates bad karma.
Quite right. I need to do some more training myself, I think.
First, I'd like to ask you about last night.
Well, last night we had an acolyte here for training. After dinner, the two of us went to the training hall in the inner temple.
She must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that?
I suppose it was about 9 when we left here. Training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. The channeling dojo head nun must be in attendance in all times to keep watch.
Wow, you're right. That does sound exhausting.
Detective, this is no time for flattery.
Sorry.
Sometime about 11, you witnessed the incident in the courtyard. But your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back here?
The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps. Oh.
I'm starting to get goosebumps myself. But for a decidedly different reason.
Oh, you get the chills pretty easy, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth?
Alright then. I'd like you to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard.
It must have been past 11. No! I can't say it! It's too much for my poor heart to...
Hey, calm down, lady. Let go of my tie.
I saw two people. One of them was laying on the ground. The other one was stabbing her from the back with a sword.
Did you see this criminal with your own eyes?
I did want to believe what I was seeing, but it was Iris.
Hardsit says sup, dude.
Just voice acting. What's up with you?
You must have been quite shocked.
Of course she was. Try putting yourself in her shoes. It'd be like if you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of a courtroom. And I happened to witness it from the witness stand. I'd be pretty shocked too.
I know it sounds insane, but that's what I saw. And when I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed and then passed out. I passed out.
Unfortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid.
However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural.
Unnatural.
The girl knows I know is simply capable of sort of foulness.
I wonder what she means by that. As the head nun, it's your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct?
Yes, that's correct. I know I may look strong, but the truth is I got a bad lower back.
A bad lower back.
Yes, it's especially bad in the winter. So bad that I can't even lift a bucket. Do you remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt as stiff as a frozen glass. I just wanted to take a nice hot bath to ease my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall.
You
left the disciple all alone.
Don't be ridiculous. I would never do that. That's why I ordered Iris to the inner temple after she had rung the bell for lights out.
Yes, but she never went to the inner temple, did she? So this head nun actually see Iris there. I think I'd better try to get some more details. So who is this acolyte that was to train at the inner temple?
Her name is Maya Fey. I treated her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. After all, she went through the trouble of signing up for the special course.
Special course.
It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant 30,000 times. You don't mean to tell.
That's Edgeworth.
You don't mean to tell me she's still doing that over at the inner temple, do you?
No, of course not. You don't have to worry about that one little bit. Last night, we still hadn't started the training session itself.
Well, that's good to hear.
Oh, dear. There's one thing I forgot to tell you.
Uh-oh, I don't think I like the sound of this.
Do you know that small girl? I believe she is missing Maya's little sister.
Maya has a little sister.
Oh, you mean Little Pearl? That's Maya Fey's cousin.
Little Pearl?
I thought she was going to visit Mystic Elise after we finished with dinner cleanup. But I haven't seen her at all since late last night. She is nowhere to be found.
You mean she was with the victim?
It's all my fault. Stupid, cranky old bat.
A little girl who's with the victim on the night of the murder is gone.
As they say, the plot thickens.
She's a very important visitor. You know, a honor. Acolyte.
There you go.
Honored? How so?
The Fey name is synchronicity with the Kuring channeling technique. Therefore, she must be a spirit medium of great power indeed.
Now that you mention it, 1 year ago, there was a case that was about the master of the Kuring channeling technique.
Detective. I detest talk of supernatural drivel. I suppose now you'll say she has midi-chloria.
Oh, so it gives you the creeps, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
That's got nothing to do with it.
Well, I know which horror movie I'm gonna give him for Halloween this year.
Oh, this poor girl. Where has she gone?
Well, we checked out her home and she's not there.
And she's nowhere in the authenticity of the temple either.
Which means there's only a few other possibilities as to where she could be.
Ah, do you think maybe she fell off the bridge and was carried downstream?
Why do you have to be such a pessimist, detective?
Ugh, I was just trying to think like you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Ironic I became a pessimist only after I had the pleasure of working with you.
Oh ho ho.
Oh, look, it's a picture of you I took on our first day as prosecutor. Look at you so young and happy. Where did the years go?
I don't see Larry anywhere.
Maybe we scared the poor kid away.
His heart was shut tight with a number of psych locks. I guess I'll have to look for him now, with a thorn in my side.
More like a pain in the ass.
And this is where the murder took place, sir. Other than removing the body, we left everything else untouched.
Thanks, detective. I'll just have a look around. It looks like the police are still investigating.
Oh yeah, by the way, I thought I'd better ask just to be sure. Are you really gonna defend that nun Iris at the trial tomorrow?
Yes, I will. I give him my word, and now I must follow through with my commitment.
Well, in that case, I gotta be careful. Gotta make sure I don't leak the prosecution's whole investigation.
Don't worry about it, Detective. Just keep your mouth closed, and I think most of it will flow out on its own.
You got it, sir. I'll make sure it flows out like water from a tap.
Yes. You do that, Detective. Just how much has your runny spout leaked over the years?
Well, let's see. I've been in the force for more than 10 years, so probably since my first day.
Sake, Detective. It's a lantern. I suppose they light it at night.
There's something elegant about the light of a fire. At the end of each month, I always like to relax in my room by candlelight. Arted says Miles Edgeworth's investigation, the beta. I mean, technically, this is the day that Miles Edgeworth collection came out, so it is the beta, yes.
Detective, can you not afford to pay your electricity bill?
How did you know?
What's this? It looks like a wizard's staff.
That belonged to the victim, Miss Elise Stoneham. There's nothing strange or magical about it. Oh yeah! Listen, this is just between us, okay, sir?
Yes? What?
This is top secret stuff. Don't tell anyone about this.
Alright.
The truth is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wizard.
You're a wizard, Gumshoe.
Come along, here's another spell.
Oh no!
I'll put Harry Potter to shame.
That's it. That's what you wanted to tell me.
That's it.
I can see Gumshoe being Hagrid, getting kicked out of Hogwarts.
Oh god.
This staff was made from a very strong kind of wood. What about fingerprints? Were there any on it?
Just the victims. You're a wizard, Miles. A wizard, and a fine good one, I reckon. Just as soon as you get trained.
Bruh.
So the sword from this gold statue is actually the murder weapon.
It sure is. It's called a shikishito, by the way. Nasty piece of work, sir.
There's still blood on it. I suppose this is the victim's blood.
Yup, it's all over the blade. And speaking of all over the blade, there are fingerprints all over the hilt of the shikishito, too.
Fingerprints?
Naturally, they match the prints we got from the younger nun, the defendant.
Her fingerprints are on the murder weapon.
What's wrong? You're looking really solemn.
Is this how it is for Wright? Is this what it's like to be a defense attorney?
Yeah, I figure it doesn't feel really good.
To be honest, it feels more like it's detrimental to your health.
Now you know my pain, Edgy. Now we can finally become one as partners.
The main gate must be just over that stone wall.
Ah, stone walls. I jumped over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all.
Detective, perhaps someone should introduce you to the concept of paucity of words.
Too bad he didn't fucking break his head when he fucking jumped over that wall. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Or better yet, brevity is the soul of wit. Sorry, I had to put that there. The main hall of Zakura Temple is above us here.
Hey, you're right, but I'm pretty sure the main hall didn't have a second floor.
Hazagura Temple was built on a steep part of the mountain. The front and back of the main hall are on different levels.
Oh, that makes sense. But wouldn't it be easier just to build the place slanted, sir?
I fail to see how he can consider that to be an even remotely good idea.
I mean, hey, you can always go sled riding. Like, look at this sled. Oh, I just love skiing.
Really? You don't, seem like the type. Well, what about sleds?
Sleds? Nah, they're a little too kiddie, you know? Messes with my hard-boiled image. What's with the silence, Mr. Edgeworth?
Is the world starting to go mad?
Oh no, he's turning into Frank Grimes. Oh, so I think I might have already told you about this, but the truth is, when I was a little kid...
Oh,
You wanted to become a wizard, right?
you're a wizard.
Hey, that's amazing! How did you know that? So, what do you think? I'd really make a great one, don't you think?
No.
We just had this conversation a little while ago, Detective.
This sword represents the multiple branches that life can take, all ending as one.
I've never heard that one.
You know what I think about sometimes? What kind of life would I have had if I hadn't joined the homicide division?
So you think about that kind of thing too, huh?
Two-Tone Dearly says, "You're a wizard, Gumshoe." I'm not a wizard. I'm just a dick, you know, just Dick. Dick Gumshoe.
Now on.
Dick Gumshoe, the ultimate magician. Hi there, main character of Danganronpa. My name is Gumshoe, and I'm the ultimate magician. Of course I do. I think about it a lot, especially in the shower. Me as a traffic cop, me as a detention officer, me as the Blue Badger.
I guess he doesn't have any plans to leave the force.
This is the witness who saw the crime take place out there in the temple courtyard. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a testimony that'll be key to this case, sir.
So you mean she's going to be a witness in the trial tomorrow?
Of course. A nun is as trustworthy as you can get. We got this one in the bag.
Oh god, I got double time this time. Next time.
No?
I mean, in voices.
Oh. Oh. I mean, I've always been on your side, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. So yeah, this is a pretty tight spot we've gotten ourselves into, huh?
Now I understand why Wright is always breaking into a cold sweat.
You should take some cold killer axe miles.
I wonder if Maya is alright. I can never show my face to Wright again if something were to happen to her.
Oh, it'll be okay. If that ever happens, you could just show him my face. How's that? I didn't mean it like that, sir. It was just a silly little joke.
I wonder if there's another way. Hold on a sec. To get across to the other side. The support wires for the bridge are still intact, correct?
That bridge is almost 20 yards long. I know I may look like it, Mr. Edgeworth, but I'm no superhero.
In any case, I just hope Maya is alright.
Would you still call me Superman?
No.
What about Pearl? Has no one seen her at all since last night?
Seems that way. Apparently, she hasn't gone back to Crane Village either, sir.
But it's true that she was with Elise Dunham at some point last night.
No doubt about it. Ah, you mean that maybe whoever killed Miss Dunham also...
Don't jump to any wild conclusions.
Ouch. You sure have one mean punch, Mr. Edgeworth. It's downright fierce. The victim is the famous picture book author, Miss Elise Stoneham. Her entire past up until she won that writing award last year is a total mystery.
It's hard to believe in this day and age you can still find people like that.
The estimated time of death of the victim was between 10 and 11 p.m. on February 7th. Cause of death was blood loss resulting from a stab to the back by the murder weapon.
The murder weapon?
The victim was found skewered with a giant sword, sir.
That's terrible.
Yeah, but there's one strange thing.
Yes.
The victim's entire body was covered with bruises. The bruises are consistent with falling from the height of a 2-story building.
A 2-story building. That would be about the same height as that room in front of us, correct?
Hey, you're right. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. That just happens to be the room that Elise Stoneham was staying in.
Maybe she was pushed out the window after she was stabbed by the sword. And now then, detective. Let's see if we can summarize what we've learned so far.
Okay, let's take a look at the map. According to the testimony of Sister Bikini, the head nun, right after they'd finished dinner, she and Maya Fey headed to the inner temple. At 10 p.m., after ringing the bell for lights out, Iris went to the inner temple. When she got there, Bikini had her take over while she went back to Hazakura Temple. After taking a hot bath to soothe her back, Sister Bikini witnessed the murder in the courtyard. If you want more details, you should ask Bikini herself in the main hall.
The inner temple, huh? I'd like some more information about that place. The trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor?
I'm pretty sure it's that Godo guy, but nobody can get a hold of him, so they're looking for a replacement.
What do you mean?
It's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him. I wonder if the rumors are true. Maybe since Mr. Wright caught a cold and won't be defending, he just lost interest.
I intend to appear in court in the role of defense attorney. However, I would be quite unhappy if it came out that I'm actually a prosecutor.
Yeah, I could see why, but I'm not the one you have to worry about. I think the real problem is going to be that judge.
I want my Beastie Boys.
Yes, he certainly would remember my face even after such a long absence.
Who are you again?
Thus I requested that another judge preside over the trial tomorrow.
Oh, we're going to get another instance of Canadian judge.
We've only met each other once. There's a good chance he won't remember me at all.
Hey, I remember you. You called me Miles. Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must know you. Wouldn't it be a problem if someone there made a big stink, sir?
Yeah, like me. And I need to make a comeback Winston Payne style.
There's no need to worry. I pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing.
Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. I had no idea you had such a powerful string to pull.
What is this inner temple that Maya was supposedly training at?
Arts, it says, did Godo get the Ultra Instinct? I get a sense that Phoenix is not going to be at that next trial. You know what? I might as well just stay around the jazz club for a little bit longer until he recovers. According to Bikini, it's an old building they use for training the acolytes. It's on the other side of Dusky Bridge.
The bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of that bridge besides the inner temple?
Nope, not a thing.
Nothing.
The other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. In a way, it's kind of like a little island out there.
So the only thing there is the inner temple.
I hear it's not the kind of place a person could survive in.
Please be alright, Maya.
Mr. Edgeworth.
I came back because I need to ask you for a few more questions, if you don't mind.
But I've already told you everything that
Iris, please remember. I'm on your side. You can tell me anything.
Yes, thank you.
Except Gumshoe. If you have any questions about him, I would suggest you keep those to yourself. That and Larry. I can't stand him either. I mean, those two... God, I wish they were not in my life.
Iris, you could do better than Larry.
This letter, it appears to be addressed to you.
I think it's someone's idea of a joke, Mr. Edgeworth.
Wait, what do you mean how you like to do the voice of Edgy and Iris? Who are you talking about? Or is it?
That's why I threw it away.
What? She's not giving me a straight answer for some reason. I'm going to have to find someone else who can give me more information about this.
Is that the murder weapon?
Yes, it is. Have you ever seen it before?
Yes. Mystic Ami was holding it in the courtyard.
And apparently, the head nun witnessed the whole sad affair. She saw you stabbing Miss Elise Dunham with this very sword last night.
Oh, that's Mr. Lorice. He's a very sincere, hardworking person. He was even kind enough to draw a portrait of me.
Knowing Larry,
I'm just curious how Larry draws at this point.
this woman is exactly the type that you would fall in love with at first sight.
Oh, you'll see the pictures.
Don't tell me they're stick figures.
I can't say anything yet.
That'd be funny.
I'd like to ask you about Sister Bikini, the head of Hazakura Temple.
She raised me as if she were my real mother.
As if she were your real mother.
Oh, Arzit praises Mooney and Sylph for their voice work.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I feel like kind of left out now. Damn.
I was left at Hazakura Temple when I was just a small child. And she's taken care of me ever since.
Forgive me for sounding rude, but what about your family?
I'm sorry, but I'd rather not talk about this. Oh, this is the woman who was to undergo training last night. She seems like a very strong, reliable woman.
Whatever else anyone has to say about this Iris woman, I can't exactly say she's the best judge of character.
This This is the trainee's younger sister, correct? She's cute as a button. She seems to really love mashed potatoes and gravy.
And cranberry sauce, wow.
Oh?
She even said she was going to have the leftovers for dinner the next night. And then she took the leftover potatoes and the whole pot of gravy with her to her room.
That's quite an appetite for such a little girl. Potato time, potato time.
Iris is a big fan of American Thanksgiving.
Uh,
Ever since I have been handed this case, it is my duty to dig up all the answers, understood?
yes, sir.
The smallest flame can sometimes bathe the case in a whole new light. In my years in court, I've seen it happen over and over again. That's why I am committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, is it really true that you didn't go to the Inner Temple last night?
Arts, it says, it's funny how Edgeworth hates being called edgy, but 70% of the community calls him that.
It's a curse, I tell you.
Yes, I swear. I already told you that.
Yes, you said you couldn't go there because you were frightened.
That's right.
If that's the case, then the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? Iris, I wonder... Is this what frightened you so much that you couldn't even leave your own room? I found this in the main hall. It's addressed to you.
That's...
Well, Iris?
Why? Why are you glaring at me like that?
You were scared of the blackmailer who wrote this to you. Isn't that correct? Is it the evidence of the power of my glare that broke that lock? Oh well, I don't suppose it matters either way.
But, Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes.
I thought that letter was just someone pulling a prank on me.
A prank.
Well, yes. After all, even if I did have a secret, there's no one to tell it to the world would cause me any grief.
I wonder about that.
Sister Bikini is like a mother to me. I would never hide anything from her.
No. You may not have anything to hide under normal circumstances. However, last night was different. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there's one person you don't want your secret told to. Phoenix Wright.
Ah,
You mean something to Wright, it seems. And I can tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. That's why you didn't want him, of all people, to know your deep, dark secret. Well, what do you have to say?
I should have expected as much, especially from a friend of his.
But go on, I guess.
After dinner, this letter was waiting for me in my room. As I said, I was frightened by it.
What is this heavenly hall the letter mentions?
It It's a small mountain shack at the base of Dusky Bridge.
A small shack, huh?
It's more like a broken down shack that no one would ever want to go near.
Where is it on this map?
It's around here. To get there, you must follow a small path down from Dusky Bridge. The reality is, to get to the inner temple, I had no choice but to cross that bridge. But the thought that such a terrible criminal could be lurking at Heavenly Hall. I was so scared by the whole affair that I didn't even want to think about it.
So this is a secret that you had locked away in your heart.
Yes.
It looks as though I may have delivered this heavenly hall now. Maybe I'll find some sign of our mystery blackmailer. In any case, you still claim to have never left your room last night.
Yes, that's exactly right.
The trial starts tomorrow, I promise you. I will win. I'm going to win so that you and Phoenix Wright can see each other again. But when I do, you must promise me that you will tell him your secret.
It's pointless.
Why would you say that?
Because I may know who Phoenix Wright is, but he has no idea who I am.
I just finished speaking with the head nun of Hazakura Temple. She testified very clearly as to what happened. She said she saw you stab Miss Elise Stoneham with a sword. And one other thing. She said that when Maya Fey began her training at the Inner Temple, you were there as well.
What?
When I spoke with you last, you claimed that you never went to the Inner Temple. And yet, Sister Bikini says she met with you at the Inner Temple that very night.
But I didn't go there. I didn't go to the Inner Temple last night.
Now we're about to go to a place that is familiar if you remember the last trial.
Oh gosh.
Oh, God.
Whoa, not much of a view down here, huh? It's still better than the view from my apartment, though.
Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective.
Oh, why? Why does this always happen? Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away. I even chased one of them to Japan. Next it's gonna be prison, I guess. I'll steal that detective's wallet. That'll get me locked up for sure. Nah, I can't do that to someone who looks like he's down on his luck.
He's just talking to himself.
Shh. Be quiet and listen.
I knew it. I shouldn't have done that. I blew it again.
Done that. What did he do, I wonder?
Hey, you! About what you just said, I got an objection!
What the? Edgy, you dirty rat!
Claire. Gumshoe, you fucking oaf.
I'm sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting out objection. And in a loud, commanding voice, too. I even pointed with my pointer finger.
You've watched way too many trials.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Larry, the jig is up. What have you got to say for yourself?
This is the Eagle River, sir. It runs pretty fast, so it doesn't ice over even in the winter.
If it had iced over, Wright would have been into some serious trouble.
You're right about that. He would have landed on the ice and slid downstream to who knows where.
Not exactly what I meant, but alright.
He could have ended up like Paper Mario in that one game.
It's a little far, but I have a pretty clear view of Dusky Bridge from here.
I still can't believe it. Really.
What is it, Larry?
Huh? Nothing. It's nothing.
Sounds pretty suspicious to me.
Something about that statement smells, and you know what they say. These go all the way to Dusky Bridge. It's a pretty long but easy walk.
I fell down 4 times on my way down here, sir.
Oh, sorry about that, Detective. I ate 4 bananas and tossed their peels on the stairs on my way down here.
Damn it, Larry.
What? So that's what I was slipping on.
Be careful on the way back. Those deadly banana peels are still out there.
That's a real...
Mario.
That's a real important piece of information there, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Larry, you fucking idiot. Why were you littering?
I wanted to play Mario Kart.
What is this festive-looking ornament?
I have an N64 in that shack in there. It reminds me of art class in grade school. We used to have a lot of fun decorating the classroom with origami, remember?
Well,
Oh yeah, you were never any good at it.
Really?
Yeah, this guy was so bad he couldn't even fold $1, let alone a crane. Everyone tried to comfort him, but he would just sit there sobbing.
Really? I never would have expected that.
Be quiet already. I'll never forget the shame of that day. You want a crane? I can now make a perfect 1/4-inch crane without a single flaw.
That's great, Mr. Edgeworth. Now if you folded 1,000 of them, you can get your wish granted.
You know, Edgy, nothing for nothing, but a 1/4-inch crane without a single flaw is not easy.
Yeah, that's quite a feat, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
This is exactly why I hate childhood friends.
I know, they remember every embarrassing moment.
Yeah, just ask my friend John. I keep talking to him about something we used to do, like, when we used to film our own movies, and every time I bring it up, he's like, "Shut up, Joey."
That's a horrible graffiti problem you got there, pal.
You don't know anything, Detective. This is art. It's an expression of my bittersweet love for Iris.
Larry, do you know what the difference between graffiti and true art is?
Wow, you just insulted every person in New York, sir. It's how the artist himself defines it, right?
Should have seen that one coming.
Well, if that's the case, then all my lunchboxes are masterpieces too, pal. Transformers, robot meets the eyes.
The straw roof is totally covered with freshly fallen powdery snow.
Wow, makes a nice image, doesn't it? I always did like the rustic look.
Heavenly Hall. I suppose it's an appropriate name in some sense.
You got that right. Look at that bridge up there. This place has to be heaven because that thing is hell.
You will do well to remember, Larry, that this is a sacred place to some people. What is this little shack, anyway?
Well, I just discovered it myself yesterday.
And why were you down here in the first place?
Ah, come on. I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a great little place. It's, artistic. It's quiet, it's cold, it's got no power, and it looks like it's about to collapse.
Sounds a lot like my apartment there, pal.
One thing's for sure. No one is likely to show up and disturb you here.
So can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe?
He's getting all buddy-buddy on us, sir.
Listen to me, Edgy. You've got to do this. You've got to save Iris.
Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute.
Watch your mouth! Anyway, I've made up my mind about it. I'm going to marry that girl.
Oh, God.
Mr. Edgeworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm gonna ask for him. Have you already asked this girl to marry you?
No, not yet, but I can tell how she feels by the look in her eyes. She's got this, I really want this man to carry me over the threshold look. I'm sure Nick would be surprised. He never imagined that I can marry such a beautiful girl like that.
Zip.
Something tells me he would be quite shocked indeed.
That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I gonna do if she gets hurt?
What is this guy trying to say? He lost me about a mile back.
If we really want to know the answer to that, we're going to have to drag him onto the witness stand.
Kicking and screaming.
Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you and what were you doing last night?
Aw, man, don't you have anything else to talk about? With that kind of attitude, you'll never be a ladies' man like me.
Told you for you to assume I'd like to be that way.
Okay. Chill out with those scary eyes, I got it. If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible.
Something incredible.
I didn't do it. Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water.
The good old days where
Wasn't
people
real.
used to... the good old days where we used to fucking give Larry fucking wedgies in the hallway. Thank you, I'll be here all night.
That I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him.
I'm convinced Edgeworth is the Grinch.
You're a mean one, Mr. Edgeworth.
You really are a heel.
That's the staff that Miss Elise was always carrying. Miss Elise, why? Huh?
What is it, Larry?
There's something missing from the staff.
There's something missing.
Oh, it's Maya! Nick was trying to go save her, you know. But instead, he wound up falling off the bridge. I'm not surprised, though. Nick always gets himself into trouble.
Because Nick has a spine compared to you, Larry.
Well, if that isn't the pot calling the kettle black.
I just hope that Maya doesn't catch a cold, too.
Or something worse.
Oh, hey, it's Pearl. But she's way cuter than this Pearl I used to go out with. Like, in a kid-cute way, yeah?
Yes.
Hello,
Apparently he
FBI?
hasn't been seen the whole morning.
What did you say? Edgy! Why are you wasting your time with me, then? What's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
If anything happens to her, I'll never forgive you.
Wow, I guess he's right for a change, sir.
Now I feel like I'm the bad guy in all of Now you're going to tell me what you really saw last night.
Whoa, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? Okay, I'll talk.
Huh? That was a bit too easy.
Yeah, anyway, it was awesome. Never seen anything like it. At around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I'd been sleeping. I'm not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing! The world in front of me went white. Like I'd just been slapped in the face by my old girlfriend, Naomi.
And then?
And then, it was on fire! The bridge was on fire!
Dusky Bridge caught on fire. Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes?
Hey, why are you giving me the evil eye? I'm telling the truth.
There's still 3 silent locks remaining. That means he's still trying to hide something. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen?
Where, you say? What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? Just answer the question.
I was in my own room, by the main hall. Where else would I be?
As usual, you're as transparent as an empty jelly jar. The problem, I suspect, lies there.
There? What do you mean, there?
It's impossible for you to have seen lightning strike Dusky Bridge from your room. This is a map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of Hazakura Temple.
What am I looking for?
I think that should be fairly obvious. The main hall is surrounded by trees and impossible to see the bridge from here.
What? Why didn't you tell me that before?
Well, how about it?
How about what?
Do you feel like talking now?
About what?
Oh my god, Larry, I'm gonna strangle you with your own fucking hat.
It looks like it won't be that easy after all. You leave me no choice. I'll have to move on to the next step. You weren't in your room in the temple, so where were you?
You don't know that I wasn't in my room.
So where was Larry and why was he there? If I've read the situation up to this point correctly, that answer should be fairly obvious. Very well then, let's test my theory. The place you witnessed lightning strike Dusky Bridge from was here. The place you saw the lightning strike from was naturally Heavenly Hall.
Well, why would I be hanging out in this old shack? It's freezing cold, there's no electricity, and it could fall apart at any minute.
Like Gumshoe's apartment. Larry, how do you know that anyway?
Compton Castles.
How do you know there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet.
Uh-oh.
In other words, you have just provided evidence to prove my theory. My theory that you've, at least once in your life, visited Heavenly Hall after sunset.
I have to admit, I'm impressed, Edgy. You're in a totally different league from Nick.
That's nice. Now tell me. What were you doing at this cold little shack last night?
That's what you might call a fair decor.
I think you might mean a fair decor. I said that wrong. Could it be you were waiting for someone?
Oh no! You really are one scary guy, you know.
I believe that last night you were waiting for this person to come meet you. There's only one person you'd wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry.
I told you before, don't call me Larry.
The person you were waiting for was Iris.
Oh, suddenly I feel cold all over, Edgy.
No doubt because of my chilly glare.
So you think I got the hots for Sister Iris, huh? Do you have some kind of evidence? You got something that proves I was waiting for her, or are you just guessing?
This is where I draw the line in this ridiculous little game. Here's the evidence that proves you were waiting for Iris. Here's your evidence. You called her to this spot with a pathetic blackmail letter.
Oh, hey, give that back! You're embarrassing me! What are you doing with that anyway?
That's not important. I misjudged you, Larry.
What do you mean?
Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh!
First of all, what is that? What's this at the top of the letter? It says, salutation here.
Well, that's what it said in that book, Letter Writing for Fools.
You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write, Dear Iris.
Wah! I'm so sorry!
So you were here in Heavenly Hall last night, weren't you, Larry? And you saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you?
Sorry, Edgy.
Sorry doesn't cut it, you scumbag. Threatening a young lady like that?
Wait, hold up.
What now, pal?
What are you talking about? What threatening stuff?
I'll tell you what. You tried to scare Iris by threatening to expose a secret, pal.
What do you mean threaten? What did I threaten her?
Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That sure sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact.
Give me a break. It's a love letter. Haven't you ever been in love?
What did you just say?
My love for her burns so hotly it can melt all the snow on this mountain.
Oh? Then what is this secret you mentioned?
Come on, Edgy. Don't you get it? I'm talking about the secret love between her and me. Obviously, she wouldn't want Old Lady Bikini to know about it, right? About our hot and sour, bittersweet love affair.
Captain Picard is fucking face palming as we speak.
Then why did you Then why did you send a love letter in a business-like manila envelope?
Give me a break. It's not my fault I didn't have any other envelopes. Yeesh.
Then why were you so quick to apologize, pal?
It's because Edgy gave me that scary look of his. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden?
That's it. That's what all those huge locks were about. I don't understand why you were so defensive.
Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you shouldn't expect too much from a guy like me. Hey, come on, don't let it get you down.
But Mr. Edgeworth, this guy is still hiding something. I know it.
What do you mean, detective?
Don't forget what this guy said just a minute ago.
If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible.
He's right. Larry?
What? You're looking at me like a hungry dog that just found a bone.
What was this something incredible you saw last night? You're going to tell me, Larry, one way or another.
I already told you, didn't I? I saw lightning strike Dusky Bridge.
Yes, and I believe it was the incredible sight you saw. But now that I think about it, something doesn't quite ring true.
What doesn't?
If that's all there is to your story, your heart wouldn't have had all those locks. Therefore, Larry, I do believe you saw something last night. Something more incredible than lightning.
What? When? Where? Why? How? Hey, what do you think you're doing? If you hide anything from Mr. Edgeworth, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal. I didn't do it!
Not again.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I hate Larry.
Oh
I hate
my
him.
god!
No!
We're gonna be here another hour.
What's wrong, sir?
This means I have to do it all over again.
Why are you glaring at me like I'm next to be hit by a bolt of lightning?
Please do.
I'm just about had it with this Harlequin. If I really want to drag the truth out of him, we'll just have to drag him to the witness stand.
God damn.
Oh, thank fuck, mate.
Ugh.
I need a water, like, now. I
I
don't even care
hate-
that it's room temperature.
I'm tired.
I hate Larry. I hate Larry.
Why? What's there to... Everybody hates me.
Larry.
Poor 2-1 Dearly says, poor Edgy, just when he busted this psycho locks, 5 more show up.
Oh, 5 more fucking locks.
This was the thing that broke Edgy. I was a master of So, why are you in this bar, Miles? I was a master of logic. And then I met this man named Larry Butts. He was so illogical, it nearly destroyed me, like Frank Grimes in that one Simpsons episode.
Hold on.
I hate Larry.
You know who we need for this? Jill. Because with a lockpick, she's the master of unlocking.
What are you talking about, sir?
Jill Valentine, detective.
Wait, you've been picking locks this whole time while we were investigating?
Have you ever played Resident Evil, detective?
No, I stay away from horror games.
Yeah. So, I think it's time for us to leave, because...
Yeah, because if Larry... Well, because if... No, well, I'm still... I can go for another 12 hours. But anyway...
Well...
But anyway, the trial is next week, so we're gonna be getting a new prosecutor out of this. So
Fuck you, Larry.
And yeah, and then we're gonna have Canadian judge coming back because
Yay!
we can't have the other judge thinking like, hey, I know you, you're Edgeworth. I mean, it's like, well, I probably don't know you, but we'll go assume court anyway. And then, and then we're going to have a new prosecutor for this case that Edgeworth's going to go up against. And then, and then we got to deal with Sister Bikini as well, because she's the main witness. So...
Who's voicing the new prosecutor?
I can't tell you who the new prosecutor is.
I'm saying who's voicing him.
I'm not going to tell you until you see the character itself.
Okay.
Can I beat up Larry while we're gone?
Well, while you're gone... Larry's going to be hard to find. Larry's going to be hiding in that shack.
Oh, that's alright. I already set fire to the shack. He has no way to get out of
Are
it.
you going to be like that one wrestler that just set the other guy's house on fire?
Yes.
And then sitting there drinking some whiskey.
No, it'd be a bottle of vodka, smoking a fucking cigarette with a baseball bat just in case that son of a bitch tries to crawl his ass out of the house.
All right. Well, listen. If you wanted the algorithm to recognize this beautiful laundromat and all of our great customers, the only way to do that is to get the like button pressed, because that's how this machine works. Apparently, it doesn't matter if you make great content. All that matters to this machine, is that the number of times you push the thumbs up like button. So make sure you do that. Otherwise, this algorithm is going to kick our ass.
Yes.
And then you got to leave comments. So I would recommend the comment would be to say the reasons why you hate Larry. Just put that in the comment section. Reasons why you do not like Larry, and that will be it. And then,
Yeah.
And if you're a new customer and you haven't already subscribed to the laundromat to get our videos, then be sure to do that. And then hit that notification bell so you know exactly when we go live and when the laundromat opens. And we'll catch you all on Wednesday for more Pokemon Crystal Clear, I'm assuming. And then, and we'll see you next Friday night, Phoenix, for the trial. Good night.